Good morning. Good morning. We're heading out in a little bit to go see our granddaughter after the church service. Who's complaining? Chester, because very little food came out of the automatic feeder. And so he's beside himself. Anyway, today's a weird day. I forgot it was my birthday this week. You have to understand, I'm always hyper focused on my birthday. But with getting over being sick and rescheduling my appointment, we had a cardiologist appointment. Was it Thursday? And he cleared up something that I had a nagging feeling we got wrong. See, I thought there was a chance that they would go in and discover I didn't have blockage. He said, "No, you have blockage." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I just thought maybe there was a chance. He says, "No, you have blockage." But I had some questions and he answered all of them. Has anyone ever had a heart catheter through their wrist? Because he was like, might be able to go through your wrist. As long as I'm on that twilight, you could go through my eyeballs. I don't care. I don't care what's happening. I just want to be chill and relaxed and then leave. So I completely, I wasn't mathing math. I wasn't mathing right. And I don't even know what I was reading, and it had the date. And I thought, wait, what? When is that's my birthday. My birthday's coming up. And now my birthday's on the 26th. So what is that, Wednesday? And yesterday I was down, really down. Because for whatever reason, I had a period. Like a normal, we don't even know if we call them periods anymore, but I was bleeding. And it pissed me off. It wasn't dangerous bleeding, but it pissed me off. And this has happened before, but this was a little heavier. And I was supposed to visit my daughter and my granddaughter yesterday. And I said, I'm not visiting. I need to sort myself out. I'm just not in a good mood. Y'all have to understand my powerful personality. No one can cheer me up. If I walk in pissed, I'm pissed. That's not actually entirely true. Because she FaceTimed me, her and my granddaughter, and it lifted up my mood. And then she told me what my birthday gift is, and that lifted up my mood. So it's just that I can get in such a funk that nothing can make me happy. And I really know how to take care of myself. I do. And I need to be on my own. And I did some custom orders. I did some, everything in the art studio is gone. I mean, it's being packed up and leaving. The last of it is leaving, and I had so many Valentine orders that some of them were late, and some of them, I just got a lot of Valentine orders. I was very blessed, and so I want to get some St. Patrick's Day orders. This was a mess up mug. This was a mess up mug. And so the new ones that I made, someone requested it. And they're like, I want one of those mugs. And I'm like, okay, I'll put it on the shop. And I changed out the picture. But the ladybugs bled. If you could see that. I was trying something new. And those are handmade ladybugs that I made with epoxy. I made droplets on top of some silicone mat. And then I painted the ladybugs on the mug and then put the clear epoxy on top of that. And then colored again. The problem is I didn't set it. And I set it. You could set it with decoupage. I used just regular Elmer's glue so that it doesn't bleed when you add epoxy. Well, I didn't think about that. So a lot of them bled. This was a mess up mug, but I had a lot of people see this mug and want it. And I'm like, okay, I will do a better job. I'm like, y'all really want this mug? It's so messed up, but okay. So I made another mug. I made more mugs because I got 2 of these strawberry mug orders. And they came out even more precious. And the ladybugs are adorable because I went and bought teeny tiny little ladybugs. So there's some 3D ladybugs and some hand painted. And they're all over the strawberries because strawberries is my thing. I love strawberries. Somebody in the comment was saying that because of her childhood, she loves strawberries because of strawberry shortcake. Yes, that too. And then you remember the memographs, that's what it's called, right? Where you run dittos back in the day. Basically, if I don't know what I'm saying, it's the machine that gave us our color sheets that smelled so heavenly and toxic. Oh my God, I love that smell. Because they would come to us damp. We loved free art day. That was just, we finished our work. And that was, nowadays, if you finished your work, you have to find more work. A teacher has to give you more work. There is never a time where you can just be coloring. That is disgusting. So even if it's a game or some kind of manipulative or some kind of, it has to be an educational game of some sort. I know when I was doing long-term, kids could get on Cool Math. They still do that. But it has to be educational. You have to understand that students need a complete break. You can't fool them. You can't trick them. Cool Math might be able to trick them, but when I went to elementary school in the 70s, it was, you're done with your work, then you may color. And so she didn't go scrambling around trying to find another assignment to give us. Like feed them, they're little machines, feed them more information. So we would get excited when she would like, okay, she'd pick a class monitor, to write names of those who talk on the board. God, it was so Cold War. And then she would go off and run some ditto sheets. And they were always something. I love ditto sheets. I just loved it. It was such a very innocent artwork. And my favorite ditto sheet that she'd run was of a strawberry. I'm not kidding. One giant strawberry in the middle of the paper. That is what she wasted paper and ink for. And sometimes she would give us just regular, y'all remember the word manila paper? And we would just draw whatever you wanted. I always drew the same thing. Always had the same picture. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do for my birthday. I'm I am in a little funk, as to be expected. But I'm excited because if I'm doing the math right, my procedure's on the 3rd. And I mean, we're talking that afternoon, I will nail down an appointment to meet my gynecologist and get this hysterectomy going because it's coming, it's happening. In fact, I'm not quite sure why we can't just schedule it and then you figure out the details with my cardiologist later because it's happening. In fact, I think I'm just going to call my gynecologist and say, I was told that no matter what, it's happening. They can't do any procedure on me until after the hysterectomy. So let's just go ahead and schedule that. Seriously, I am. So, and then my cardiologist told me that they will contact my gynecologist and tell them what kind of high risk, like that's what he said. We need to see how risky this is and how we're going to proceed. So I think what I'm going to do, and by the way, I am like literally coming up with this as I'm doing this video. Monday, I'm going to go ahead and just schedule an appointment, get that nailed down. I really want a date. I need the date. I gotta get a long-term sub. I have to get this done. And since really good questions were answered from my cardiologist, had I known this information, I would have scheduled my hysterectomy long ago. So yeah, the hysterectomy has to happen. And I said, okay, but how does the heart catheter, the results of the heart catheter, affect the hysterectomy? And he literally said it doesn't. It just tells us how we're going to proceed. So I need to make that appointment. I need to nail that down. So Monday I'm going to call, make an appointment, and that's it. Yeah, before I have my heart catheter, I'm going to go make an appointment. Oh, well, not this week. It's next week, the March 3rd. This week is my birthday week. Do y'all see how I kept skipping that? Like, my birthday week doesn't exist in my brain, and that's not like me, guys. Y'all know I throw my own birthday parties. I don't wait for anybody to throw a party for me. I don't know what I'm going to do. I know Friday is me and Bear's anniversary. And we found a really nice, fancy restaurant that we want to check out. It looks like it has amazing reviews. Like, you can't go wrong. But the problem about going out to eat and spending money is that Bear doesn't eat anything. And he doesn't realize that kind of takes the joy out of us being two fat foodies. We used to eat off each other's plates. We used to get lots of appetizers. And frankly, that doesn't appeal to me because he's just melting. Like, his skin is a coat now. He wears his skin now. And he's lost 50 pounds, probably more. And he keeps losing lots of weight. He doesn't eat. I don't want to go to a restaurant with someone that doesn't eat. He's like one of my skinny friends. Why am I eating with you? I want to throw down, and you don't want to throw down. So I don't really know what we're going to do for my birthday or the anniversary. I don't know. We'll think of something. We'll think of something unique that has nothing to do with food because I celebrate with food. That's what I do, but maybe we'll celebrate a different way. I do want to check out some thrift shops. Amarillo has some really good thrift shops, and some friends have recommended some stuff to me. So, yeah, maybe we'll go thrifting and We'll see. I just, it's different, this year because my heart is just, I feel like I'm in limbo and I don't feel like I can make plans until I get over these two hurdles. The heart catheter, it's actually three, let's be honest. It's the heart catheter, the hysterectomy, and then the treatment to the blockage. There will be a third procedure, DLC. But, and that's what's on my mind. Like, just talking about it, I want to cry. It's too much. And on Thursday, when I went to my appointment with my cardiologist, I cried. Right when they came in, I just burst into tears. And they're like, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong? Oh my God, they were so wonderful. I said, I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. It's too much. And I can't. And I'm pretty sure this is because I'm on progesterone. Good grief. Here's a bucket of progesterone and a couple drops of estrogen. You should be fine. And I'm not fine. And the medication isn't working. I mean, it's keeping me from hemorrhaging, but I am bleeding. That's unnerving because I've been traumatized by blood. And so I'm just not feeling it, And I don't want to be a downer because Bear used to have some birthday issues. But my issues are not every year. I love celebrating. It's just, I don't know. And I just don't feel like celebrating. I'm not in a depression. I'm just in a funk. And I just don't want to do what I don't want to do because I'm about to do stuff I don't want to do. Does that make sense? I have no control over things that are happening with my body. And when I feel out of control, I want to take back control. I'm crying in my coffee. That's not good. So, my little baby's walking. She's taking steps, big steps across the room, up to her mama. And I want to see those steps. I want to see her walk. She's been doing this for about, 2 weeks now? And I haven't seen it other than on video. And because I was, sick as a dog. And so we're going to go and spend the day with the girls. And my youngest is living with us. Her and her fiance left the little town they were living in to come here to Amarillo and get on their feet. And he's working and he loves his new job and she's nesting. I won't let her work. Yeah, I am one of those controlling moms. I will not let her work. I don't think she should be working. I mean, whether they were on their own or not, I would tell her, you're not working. That's why I offered you the room, because I don't want you to have an expense that you have to help with. You need to have the benefit of just nesting and just so anyway, I don't want to say his name, but the little guy is kicking. He lets them know that he's there. And so she's at that magical time in her pregnancy where she really popped. Like from 1 week to the next, boom, her belly popped. And he is letting her know, especially if she eats sugar, that, hello, mom, I'm here. And so they are totally enjoying that. I love it. I love it. And she has a funny way of talking about him. She is so not like her sister. They're adorable, those girls. And I have another daughter, and I keep dreaming about her, and what kind of mom she's gonna be. What is she gonna be like? I'm just these girls were teenagers. One minute they were little girls, and they were teenagers, and now they're women, grown ass women doing. But thank you for having some coffee with me, chatting with me. I'm just gonna kind of ignore my birthday. I really am. I know my kids won't like it, and I'm one of those moms that whatever the kids want to do, we'll do. So if they're like, Mom, no, we want to take you out, fine. I'm not going to be a party pooper. I'm not. But I just don't have, Katie asked, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, nothing that I'm doing right now. I don't want to be bleeding. I don't want to be prepping. I don't want to be preparing for a surgery. None of this was on my bingo card, and I don't like it. And so anyway, but I won't be a spoil sport if the girls want to do something and they're like, no, we want to take you out somewhere, then we'll go. There's a couple of places here in town that aren't too disgusting. I'm telling you, there isn't any decent family restaurants here by my standards. I mean, we were so spoiled in Corpus. In Corpus Christi, there is this giant Greek family, and they don't own it collectively, but it was like three brothers ran one restaurant, and then I guess one of their sons or one of the brothers decided to branch off and open another, and another one opened. So this Greek family are the best cooks in the world. They can do a steak, and they're also amazing with hospitality. None of these restaurants, like commercial restaurants, have to compete with this family. You have to compete with this family. You won't survive because they have hospitality down, food down, and drinks. You can't, and ambiance. They're not going to shove you in some diner, because I know when I lived in New York, every diner was run by a Greek family, but a diner looks like a diner, okay? And you're like, this family's different. I can't explain. I wish someone would do a documentary on them. But they have elevated family dining to a level that any other Corpus Christi resident who wants to open a family-owned restaurant better be prepared. And there's a Middle Eastern family that's trying to be like the Greek family, and they're missing it. I did a review on one of their breakfast restaurants, and failed miserable. They have a Middle Eastern restaurant that will blow your socks off, but they're trying to do American family dining, and in my opinion, they do not have the clientele that this Greek family can pull for breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever. That's mine. And if you're from Corpus, you know exactly. I mean, we all know these families. We know what we're talking about. And then you got some you got the Wallbangers, the family that runs Wallbangers. They do not mess with quality at all. They changed the atmosphere of their restaurant. They even moved the restaurant, but because they continue with the quality. So Bear and I are spoiled because we come from a place where the family owned restaurants are so amazing, nobody can keep up with them. Not even the commercial places. In fact, you go eat at the commercial places because those places are packed. And I like their food. I like their their hospitality, their waitresses, everything. You can go to any of these restaurants and they're amazing. You're going to be taken care of. And Corpus Christi, they're just natural foodies. I mean, everyone in that town takes pride in the food. Well, also, we're a tourist town. Now, I've been to tourist towns and they serve crap because they think you're trapped there. New Braunfels, okay? I cannot find a decent restaurant in New Braunfels because they know you're coming for Schlitterbahn. Conroe, Texas, you're going there for the Texas Renaissance. Shitty restaurants all over the place. They don't care. You're there. We're going to get our money, and the food sucks, but you're leaving next day, so who cares? Corpus isn't like that. Corpus Christi is like, we're going to feed you, and we're going to feed you well. And so we're spoiled. I encourage everybody to go to Corpus Christi and prove me wrong. Seafood, Water Street Oyster Bar, or you can go to Baldwin and Morgan to a little hole in the wall, King Seafood. You're going to get the best shrimp and the best oysters. And then I haven't even touched the taquerias. The taquerias,
on every fucking corner.
Every corner. And they are amazing. These Mexicans are from Jalisco. They don't mess around in Jalisco, okay? They're coming in with the skill to make tortillas. That's the number one. Here in Amarillo, or any place north of San Antonio, thinks that tortillas are a side item. They think it's a condiment. They treat the tortilla like it's a napkin. South Texas, from San Antonio all the way down to the Valley, Harlingen, McAllen, the tortilla is the centerpiece. That's the center. The basket of tortillas is the centerpiece. You look at them, and they're good, and they're fluffy, and they still got a little bit of flour on them, and they're thick. And even the corn tortillas, if they're hot and thick, and you can see your teeth marks on them, then you are about to eat the best Tex-Mex food in the world. North Texas doesn't think that. They want to do their own thing, and people's, because the standard is so low, the people around here accept that. But hey, for great medical care, I'll put up with shitty food. And it actually has saved us lots of money, and we have lost a lot of weight because we don't eat out. We do not eat out. I think the only thing that we eat out on lately has been Thai food, because they know how to do Thai food up here. That's my stomach growling. We found one place called Thai Express. Amazing food. And then yesterday we went to another place. We picked up some food. Thai Palace. Amazing. So now that's our go-to. If we want to eat out and I don't feel like eating, it's going to be Chick-fil-A, Pizza Hut, or this Thai Express. You don't do that every day, right? But if I was in Corpus, you could eat out 3 times a day, every single day, and you will be 700 pounds and broke. So I'm kind of grateful we don't, but very happy. If I was in Corpus Christi,
I'd be dead.
Yeah, we'd probably have heart attacks. But for my birthday, I would go to Catfish Charlie's. That's where I would spend my birthday. Catfish Charlie's. Then we'd probably pick up a cake from Janet's Cakery. She has been making my cake since I was a little girl, when she was making cakes in her kitchen.
That's first birthday cake 27 years ago.
Yep. So, but we're not home, so we make do. Anyway, thank you for listening to my coffee chat. Y'all have a great Sunday, and then y'all have a great week.